What is up, gangsters? I hope we're all good. I just doing a quick live for you guys because I made a promise to myself that I was going to post a long form YouTube bit of content every single day for 100 days, but the edit that was meant to be going live today isn't ready yet. So I've still got to do it. I've got to dig in and get on here, even though it's been a crazy day and it is now 20 to 9 nearly, but needs must. Here we bloody go. So I noted down a couple of questions that I was going to expand on here. And the first one that I noted down was, why do most guys, why do people in general fail in their fat loss attempts long term? Why do they regain body fat? And the answer is really simple, right? It's because they do not change their actual behaviors, right? What they do is they stick a plaster on whatever it is they're doing, right? They put a plaster on a stab wound that's pissing out blood, right? They change their inputs and their outputs for a period of time, but they don't actually change the behaviors that got them to where they were in the first place, right? So if they stress eat, for example, they just put a meal plan on top of that and then ignore it for 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks, right? Which anybody can do. Anybody can get a result in 12 weeks, right? The difference is the amount of people that keep it, and that is very few and far between. And the way that you're going to keep the result long term is by changing your actual behaviors, your emotional responses to things, how you act around certain people, around certain events, emotions. If I haven't already said that, my brain is a little bit scrambled, but we move. Just changing the actual things that got you to where you were in the first place. And yes, still you're going to have to do the things with the diet, the training, etc. Do that too, right? But change the actual behaviors that got you to where you were in the first place, right? And you're going to do that by actually challenging the behaviors, understanding what they are, challenging and changing them. And that's not an overnight thing. You're going to have to continuously put in the reps for that. Okay. Now, next thing I noted down was, how can you actually enjoy a social life and still lose 10 kg? First thing here is you have to be realistic. You are not going to be going out having 10 beers, a kebab, a pizza, or whatever on a weekly basis and losing fat. You're fucking dreaming if you think that's going to be the case, because it's not, right? But what can be the case is that you bank calories from other days. You might have Monday to Friday where you have slightly lower calories, Saturday or Saturday, Sunday where you have a higher amount of food, and you can go out, have a beer or two, and have a meal of some sort, right? Again, as you get further into the diet, what that meal might look like might have to change, okay? Because if your calories are on the lower end, you're going to have to deal with what you've got. But you've got to be realistic first and foremost, okay, with what it is that you're actually expecting, okay, because you're not going to be going on a mad bender. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to do that and stay in a deficit, nor should you, because alcohol, let's be real, I like having a couple of drinks, but it turns you into a bit of a knob. Simple. It turns you into a bit of a knob, right? So be realistic, and you can bank calories from other days, but you're going to have to plan ahead as well. If you're not planning ahead, then you're just fucking winging it, right? And I don't know about you, if you're really serious about achieving a certain goal, winging it is probably not the best way to go about it. Winging it is probably the quickest way to make sure that you fail. Not really what I'm going for, okay? And then there are things that you can do when it comes to eating out to make the meals that you are having more calorie friendly. If you want to get a bit of a guided training on that, you can message me, reach out to me, and just say social life, and I'll send it over to you, okay? The next one, and we'll call this the last one, triple threat, is, what is the biggest training mistake that guys make? And there's a lot. Honestly, there is a lot. The biggest one is probably not following a set program, to be honest. Not following a set program and just going in and winging the gym, same as the last point, right? If you don't have a set program, what are you progressing? Fucking nothing. You need to have a set program, You need to have a set program so that you can actually progress your lifts, get better at the lifts that you're doing, get fucking stronger on a week-to-week basis to actually change how you look. Okay, if you're not doing that, then there's just zero chance of you making any progress. Okay, it's the biggest mistake is not the split that you're doing. It's not the exercises that you're doing. It is actually just having a fucking training program. Okay, that would be the biggest one, because you're just going to be chasing random numbers, chasing sensation, and not actually chasing any progression. So short and sweet. Catch you in a bit.